Hi, it's Phil in the SMC Development Lab, and now I'd like to show you how to connect the program box to the RF-170. The RF-170 differs from the 120 in that where we program the RF-120 from is now the receiver connector. The port just to the right of that is now the program port for the program box. We will need one of the two wires that are included with the ESC. I've already used the short one to connect to the receiver, so now I'm going to use the long one to connect to the program box. We plug it into the speed control, make sure it's seated all the way in. On the connector you can see that there's a signal positive and negative. On the program box that you'll need to do this, there's the blue connector which marks signal positive and negative. Just align the two, plug it in, and we are ready to program. Now connect the battery. The radio doesn't need to be on to do this. As soon as the program box is connected, it doesn't put any outputs to the motor or the servo, so there's no problem there. Once everything's plugged in, you can turn it on and the program box comes up, and at this point we will cycle through the different programs: operational mode, initial brake, drag brake, brake strength, voltage cutoff, punch profile, which I always suggest to be set at 12 and then only lowered slightly if ever needed, neutral deadband, boost. This ESC is set in blinky, so you will see that there's an asterisk beside the boost that will also be beside the turbo when we get to turbo timing, and that means that the ESC is in blinky mode. We can cycle through the rest of the drive frequency. In this instant is set to 16 kilohertz for a four-wheel drive buggy. Brake frequency of 8 kilohertz. Temperature setting is set to off at the moment. Reverse rotation set to normal, which will be for 99% of applications. And this is important. Make sure that the sensor option is set to censored only. This will allow the best performance out of the ESC. Restore defaults back to no, and when we've cycled through all the programs. If I want to change anything in the programs, all I have to do is select left or right. In this case we're at 1, so we can only go right. The motor will give a little tick to let us know that it has registered the change, and there's no further operation required to be able to tell it to set or remember. It remembers automatically. As soon as the motor is kicked once, it's remembered everything. And that's basically it. Thank you.